Hello, friends of the farm. It has been a while since we have done a little tour here. And it's not a lot of exciting things exactly, but it certainly was things that took a lot of, mental power, planning, worrying, concern, overthinking a million times. So we are standing here is the side porch door. They have the concrete done on the porch and also in the garage floor. They were able to get that done. We had a couple of really nice days in December and they got that finished. So our electrical has been run and we do have some of the recessed cans in certain places. Here is the laundry area, so the washer and dryer go here. Here's the half bath, and so there's a spot for the commode there. We do have the window here, and another spot for electric I see is missing. They missed the electric underneath this bathroom. So that has to happen because I want to be able to put candles in all of these windows. And then here is the plumbing for our sink. And there will be a pretty four candle light fixture that happens right there over the sink area. And then we do have a recessed can here, recessed can over that entrance area. And then if you'll notice, these little circular boxes, those are for tin sconces that we'll have on those walls. So here is a spot for the cabinet for the refrigerator, electric there, water line for the ice maker, gas will be run. Yeah, there's gas written on the ground there for the stove. I was thinking about it today. Was there a spot for an electrical outlet here? Gas stove right there. It's the push-in kind. Actually, that's kind of strange. It ends up being right behind the stove. So, but that's good, I guess, because if I want to plug in a stick blender or something for sauces, I can plug that in right there and then we're good to go. We stayed pretty limited on the number of can lights here for the kitchen. They are LEDs, and when the question had come up at one point, what color of the LED lighting, whatever that, how many, I don't know what it is, BTUs, or I don't know, I'm not saying that right, what the color of light would be that would come out of those. I didn't want a yellow or a warm light because I didn't want our wall paint to look yellowed, but these recessed cans actually can be adjusted anywhere between 3,000 and 5,000, so the number can be adjustable. The end piece of paper tape is gone there, but this is where the countertop ends here on this run. That's about 17 feet long, and here's all of our electrical outlet boxes on the top. And there is one more right there, and that electric is for plugging in my mixer within the cabinet where there's a mixer lift. So I'll just be able to pull that shelf out and I won't need to run a cord back along in the back of the cabinet, back behind it. It will already be plugged in down below. So that's fun. There's a lot of, will be light switch boxes there. I did lay out a large piece of paper here on the floor to kind of determine where exactly our dining room farm table would go, and included the width of some chairs as well, what would feel comfortable. And so there is the electrical box for a chandelier at that point. And then table here, chairs around that. It's not lined up centered on that window. Didn't feel like it needed to be over that far, because actually there is the light and chase for the cable and television, smart TV, Cat 6, whatever, all of that good stuff for the big screen TV and our cabinet from Jan. The windows are open right now just to help dry things out a little bit more. We got quite a bit of snow inside the house from those open eaves, which is just the nature of a cape. And Jim came in several times over the last several days and used the blower and shovel and everything else and got all of that snow, about 2 inches of very fine powdered snow that was all over the floor here. Got all of that snow out. So the windows being open right now is just to help clear that out. We do have a big cabinet and 2 bookcases that are tiger maple that are going to go on this wall right here between the door to the porch and this side window. So it's a big, like an armoire style, and then 2 really pretty bookcases that will go on either side of it. I think it's about 7 feet tall, and then the bookcases are 6 feet tall. So that's a pretty prominent spot right there on that wall. Hopefully that ends up being our coffee bar. Maybe the microwave will go in there, but the microwave will probably be in the pantry. So that'll be there. I did ask for a 4 outlet box down below, so that if there's some appliances or maybe even a mini refrigerator or something that ends up going in that, maybe that becomes a bar. I don't know, but we'd rather have the electrical outlet there available for any kind of other appliances. So, and then we decided this layout is much like our Bristol house, with the exception, well, that back wall is much larger, and we have the 3 windows there. So we've got a lot of countertop coming in that whole area. And in the Bristol house, it was a peninsula that came out at the end and went across. And we almost did that here because we were comfortable with it, we were familiar with it, and it felt right, possibly it was what we were comfortable with. But the one issue that we had with that I always had with that, is that it really limited how we could set the table up for a larger family gathering of a holiday meal or something, or a party, graduation parties or whatever. So we eliminated the peninsula, and we realized then that we would have this whole area here in the middle. We're not doing an island. I want it to be flexible. I want to be able to put something here that's maybe a large farm table or something, that we have that flexibility to be able to move it where we want it. So I do have also a chandelier box right here that is centered on that window. And so we can have sort of a little, a smaller, maybe I see a round table here in this area. And then some sort of a primitive chandelier above right here. So then that brings you into the pantry. These doors, well, on the pantry, that's a pocket door that will go here. And we've got cabinets that will start about 2 feet in. We're missing an outlet right there too. But that's why we're going through here. So cabinets are 15 inches out from the bottom. They are only 32 inches high as opposed to 36 like the kitchen counters. I wanted this more of a working height, if that makes sense. I wanted to be able to, just kind of lean down a bit more on this area as opposed to having it higher. And then the upper cabinets are 12 inches out from the wall. They are all open. I wanted it to have sort of a mercantile feel. And the cabinets will swing around the corner there at the end and be the same. 15 inches out at the bottom, 32 inches tall, and 12 inches out from the top. And they stop, the uppers, I have 20 inches between the top of the lower cabinets and the bottom of the uppers, so that if we want to put a microwave there or crock pots for a party or something like that, we can put all those things in that area and have them a bit out of the way. I don't have a lot of uppers, barely any actually, intentionally so. I want this room to feel very light and open. And, you know, maybe at some point we'll put an antique cupboard on the end. I'd like to do the wraparound shelves in that corner. And we originally had that ordered with our cabinet maker, but I'm just concerned about, you know, where does our trim end? What width is our trim? So I decided let's just hold off on that until we're done with everything else that can go on after the fact. It's not, it doesn't have to be during the process. So I'd rather have it be fit perfectly against the window trim and against the last cabinet on that end wall there, rather than have it be a little bit off. This gets a pocket door. Those all have to get hung before drywall happens. We found out today that siding is now going to be happening in next week on Tuesday. So this room, this wall right here, this gets our china cabinet. That was a gift from my mom and dad. So that beautiful tiger maple china cabinet will be here with the large cabinet from Jan, our friends Jan and Tom from Greenville, Ohio. And then the farm table will be in that area. So it's really open, very open feeling. And we can move the table or bring another table in if we want to, and we have that ability. But with the peninsula on that end, we would not have had that option. And so it was more important to leave it open. We did not elect, or we specifically elected not to do can lights here in the living room. If you watch the video of my mom and dad's house that we did, I kind of tell the story about how my German grandma, she really wouldn't turn many lights on in the living room at all, or any lights on in the living room in the evening. When it was evening, it was dark. And if you wanted to read something, she'd say, read in the morning. So my parents in their home kind of owed to her, and the style of the house, of course. They do not have ceiling lights in their great room either. And the tin lighting and those pieces that they have aren't really conducive to reading either. But my mom doesn't say read in the morning. She'll say go in another room. So I felt like it was just really kind of owed even back to my grandma to not put can lights in this home. Just didn't feel like it would fit. Wasn't the right thing, and as a family generational thing, we can keep that story going with one more generation of not having a bright living room or family room. Which actually, when you're watching TV in the evenings, you kind of want it cozy. So we're excited about that. We've got the stairs here to the basement. There is a can light that will be underneath where that landing is. These stairs go down, there's a landing, and then they'll dogleg around to the right. The cement floor is in now, but they don't have that bottom part of the stairs done yet, so I've not been down there. But that's okay. More lighting, switches all here And then there is also a box there, the round box for a sconce. It's a little bit different kind of a style of a sconce than all the other ones, but and then we've got a couple of holes there because they didn't put the light fixture on the mark the first time, but they got it. Looks like our door is also going to be replaced. There was a bit of an error or an issue with it from the manufacturer, and that top outer corner sort of bows in, and Jim caught that right away. So we're having that door replaced with that transom up at the top, so that whole thing will be coming back out and going back in with a new one. It's just one of those things. You've got to watch the details. You've got to look and you'll miss things. We heard that from people that have built before my parents. You know, you'll catch a lot. There will be things that you miss. There'll be things you'll look at later and go, why did I do that? I'm waiting. I'm sure there will be. But so far, we're really happy with all the choices that we've made to this point. So they are overwhelming at some points in time about what you have to think about and what you have to decide on. It's a lot. So we do have the box up there. That will be where the chandelier is hanging. The main tube up there is for our heat, HVAC. One of the things that's interesting with having the house being built with trusses is electricians don't like them, plumbers don't like them. They cannot run any holes in those trusses. That's all part of the support of this house. So they have to go over it, above it, below it, whatever, but they cannot go through it. And so it does make things a bit more complicated for them. We have the sconces there. I debated a bit. The ones at my parents' house are at 58 inches. Jim is tall, and our boys are tall, and I did a lot of research online, and I just erred on the side of going a little bit taller, so we went with 60-inch height on those sconces. So if you're looking or wondering or questioning where you should put them, that's where we went on ours. And you might notice there's an extra 2x4 right here in between, and that was because the width of our trim, they wanted to make sure that there was enough room that it felt right where the sconce was located. So it was nice having a electrician that was that mindful about things. There's also the boxes for our smoke detectors. So those you'll see in the ceilings in some places too. I remember when we saw those at first, I was like, no, what on earth is that for? We do have a pocket door that will be here in this, our master bathroom. And there is a rear drain shower pan there. That is 5 feet by 4 feet. A Kohler, that's a biggie. And then we'll have the shower door on this. And the shower there. Your regular can light there, and then we upgraded on the venting because there's nothing worse really than having mold or having an issue with vents in your bathroom. It's also nice we do have the window right here too, so that'll be helpful. And the commode is on that side. We have I think it's a 5-foot single sink. We don't get ready at the same time, so it's no issue. We didn't have to have two separate sinks. And we had to think about also with the pocket doors where our electric all was going everywhere. I think they are good on that. And then we have this little cubby kind of area back here. I'm not 100% sure how we're going to use that, but we'll figure something out. In the pantry, on that back wall of the pantry, I do want to put a long peg rack across it at the top so I can have my garden hat can be in there, brooms can hang in there, that kind of stuff. So I've also seen where you take like a macrame bag and that's what your onions and your potatoes are in separate, which is nice, having them up off the ground and not in the same kind of containers next to each other. So we'll see if we end up using those for that. So that is the master. This should be a neat, we can maybe put something over here. Looks like they missed an electrical outlet possibly right there too, where I think we had one set, and that little symbol right there is for that. So that's the third one. So as I'm going through with this video, that will help me remember too when I'm home making notes on our to-do or to follow up on list. This is the master closet. We have 2 can lights in here. And we also have I thought we were going to have an outlet in here somewhere, and I don't see an outlet. That was another one that was supposed to happen in here. Yeah, here's the 2 cans plus an outlet, and we don't see the outlet, so that's 4. We've got to make sure we follow up on. Just keep making lists, keep adding to it as they hit them, and you can take things off. This is our stairwell that we started out with some issues here, but I think they worked out great. There's a mark there for a chime, but we're not doing a doorbell. We'll probably do the Ring camera. We have cameras already on the property, and we'll do something there with some sort of security camera or something. So the stairs come up, have the landing, and then turn. We have a closet right here at the top of the stairs with it's a different kind of a light there, and I'm not sure what we were doing there, but I think we need a puck light, some sort of a little light there. There's an outlet right there. We have the boxes for the sconces, one on the outside, one will also be here inside this bedroom. They have the light underneath this. Not sure why that says for outlet, but it's not there, so I'm not sure what that's all about, but that's okay. Got the built-in closet. There is a light inside the dormer area there. That's all going to end up closed up and insulated, and access to that area. There's a box. Cat 6 is running here also. Looks like, where it's marked, we got to make sure that that is run. So we have the sconce on this wall, another sconce here. So as you come up the stairs, if we have some sort of a little table or something here at the top of the stairs, and then coming around the corner, here's the upstairs or guest bathroom. I did ask them to put an outlet in for a chandelier there in our bathroom. That's centered on that transom window right there. I'm excited about that. We had a little chandelier in our master bathroom. It was a tiny little bathroom. And this isn't really a room that we expect to use. Jim may, his office will be right behind here, but I think it's just nice having that. Even if the door is open for the bathroom, you'll even be able to see that from down below. So something pretty, but these working parts of the bathroom are tucked away in these corners behind the wall. So commode there. And there's the transom light. Upgraded on the vent. Closet right here, and then a really small vanity here. I guess if one thing I might have caught would have been make that closet smaller and have the vanity here a little bit larger, but it is what it is. Doesn't really change or affect the use of the room. It is for guests, so that will work just fine. And then electrical switches there for everything. And I'm looking forward to seeing how that looks with a little chandelier there in the ceiling. And this is our open railing. It will have a railing here eventually, but that's the open area to below. And it's kind of nice having our house wasn't like that before. All the bedrooms came right off of the hallway, and so there wasn't really anything open to below, but it's kind of nice having this landing area here at the top. It's just a very different feeling from what we had before. And this will be Jim's office. We've got the built-in closet right here. That might end up being, paperwork, storage, possibly shelves across or something like that, and he can kind of turn that into more of a office. That is for a why can't I think of that? Smoke detector. There's a little nook there in the corner. I love places like that. So he could possibly have his file cabinets or something sort of tucked back in that area. We do have an outlet here in the floor. And this room does also have the Cat 6 cable stuff run. Another opening into the overhang area there. So behind the eaves to be able to get to. There were a couple of the end trusses, when they came off the trusses broke, and so they did have to get approval from the truss company for what the repair needed to be on all of that, and so that's been taken care of and signed off and sealed by the truss company in order to approve and say that that was okay. There's all kinds of blocking up there connecting the various, I think they call those crow's feet, where the trusses are not only connected, the top hats are connected, but then they're connected to each other and then connected to down below. So, yeah. Lots and lots and lots of details. Sconce right there. And the view. So here's the view. His office, his desk. We put the electrical right there so that his office could kind of be centered more in this area, and then looking towards the road, towards the driveway and the woods, and just kind of be a pretty view. And there's the greenhouse and the flower garden over there. So that's where we're at this point. We are going to meet with our Amish cabinet maker on Friday, when I have to, or I will be, giving him final paint color selections for the kitchen cabinets, the pantry cabinets, and then also the 3 bathroom vanity cabinets. I'm debating on back and forth on whether or not the vanity cabinets should all be the same or if they should be different. What do you think? What did you do? I'm curious. If you did something in your kitchen, did you do the same in the bathrooms? Or did you do something different in the bathrooms? So let me know in the comments. I would love to hear what you did. I've got until today is Wednesday. Tomorrow is my day to make the final 100% final decision on my paint colors. My kitchen, I'm kind of torn a little bit between two colors. The kitchen cabinets, I'm torn between using Revere Pewter. I keep calling it Paul Revere for some reason. Between Revere Pewter and Pashmina. And I think I'm really leaning towards Pashmina because, well, I love the color. But in doing a lot of research on it, I didn't know before doing this that paint colors have an LVR, which is your light, or LRV, a light reflective value. And I couldn't tell you right now what the light reflective value is for Revere Pewter, but I can tell you that the light reflective value for Pashmina is 44. And so if you've watched any of other videos, you know how we're really connected to that number in so many different ways, that I feel like something is just really calling to me with that. And so anytime I see that number, it sort of is a sign, yep, right decision, yep, that's the one. Especially if I'm between two things and somewhere along the line the number 44 pops up, it just sort of helps to say, I guess it makes, if I had to pick between two, then the one that has the connection to the number 44 is the one. It's sort of a sign. Go with that one. Just that extra little bit of a boost. So our flower stand fell over out there in that horrible 60-some mile an hour winds. We're going to get that picked up here in the next day or so. But we are supposed to be in the 60s next week on Tuesday when they are scheduled to start the siding. And if that is in fact what happens, we will be very, very blessed. That will be amazing if in fact they are putting our everlast siding on our house in 60-degree weather. Just will be amazing. All right. Well, I hope you comment below. Let me know what you think. Let me know what things maybe that you missed or you were good catches on your part if you were building a house. We've had some funny stories from other people who had some things done when one in particular said they did not want doorknobs on their kitchen cabinets. They did not want doorknobs on their kitchen cabinets. When they came in to see their new house, when it was finished and the cabinets had been installed, whoever the person was that installed the kitchen cabinets put the knobs in, but they put the knobs on the inside and the screw on the outside because they didn't want the doorknobs on the outside of the cabinets, so they put the doorknobs on the inside. Hard to believe that somebody would actually do something like that, but unfortunately, yeah, I mean, you can't be overly clear with things. That's not our builder, though. So we've been very blessed. We're happy with everything and how things are turning out at this point. So yeah, you have to be your own advocate. You have to be watching. You have to be here every day. At least that's the way we've always learned how you do it when you're building a home. And this isn't one that's, in a neighborhood of several other houses with just a few selections of types. This literally was a drawing on a piece of paper that our builder had never built before. So we know what we wanted it to look like, and they're also not as familiar with the early style necessarily. But he saw our vision, and he accepted the challenge. So it has been fun. I hope for him as well at this point. So those pieces that are standing up right there, those are the pocket doors. One for the pantry, one for the bathroom that's downstairs on this floor, and then one for the master bathroom on this floor. These other stairs here, these were built. It was kind of a, I don't know. We didn't understand it even when it was first built. But the Amish crew that was here, they built these stairs. This is the underside of them, not the top side. But they built these to go down. So we have one set of basement stairs right there. But they built those to go down from inside the garage to go downstairs to the basement. And those are made out of poplar, which is like a painted finishable product. It's not really an exterior, and granted the garage is not exterior, but it just didn't feel right. And our builder realized it, discovered it, and said, yeah, no, that is not right. And they are going to be doing pressure treated stairs. So that's going to be getting redone so that we have the pressure treated stairs to go down to the basement. So we are happy, very happy about that. All right. So I'm looking forward to hearing your thoughts on your material treatment between the different parts of your house, whether you kept the same materials in your kitchen and your bathrooms. Take care, everybody. I hope you will like and subscribe. I hope you follow along this process. I hope you'll check out our other videos. We have a bunch so far on building this house, our dream house, our Cape Cod here on our 5+ acres where we have a flower farm. And then also loads of videos of beautiful antique-filled homes and shops using the predominantly early American style of decorating. I hope you'll check all of those out as well. And please feel free to like and subscribe and share on your social media pages with your friends. The very best thing that you could do for us and for our channel is to share it. That helps us be seen by other people, and it helps our channel grow. And that helps our YouTube algorithms increase. So like, share, and share, and share. Take care, everybody. I hope you're having a wonderful time here now between Christmas and New Year's, and I hope to have a few more videos in the next coming days. Take care. Bye-bye. So they were able to get the concrete done on a couple of really actually quite nice days still in December. So the concrete is in the garage floor and the basement floor. But with all the eaves open and no garage door yet, of course it's got all the snow that came in through the eaves. So Jim's gonna blow everything off so that as it warms up, then we won't end up with all of this covered in wet wood, because that won't be fun.